Hey everybody, it's Barbara, and welcome to yet another exciting review, American Horror Story, Coven. This is for Fiona Goode, and this was probably Jessica Lange's best performance on TV to date when she was in Coven. I'll say, now, note that I said to date because things have happened since then, which I will talk about when we actually look at the doll. But I did again want to take just a couple minutes to talk about the box, the packaging for Fiona Goode, as it was for Marie Laveau and the American Horror Story Coven figure in her likeness. Again, you have the iconography of the series as part of the box. There's the detailing of candles and a pentagram. On this side of the box, you have on the side, sort of catty-cornered, the divine Jessica Lange's elegant face. She looks amazing here, and again, we'll talk about this. Going around to the other side of the box, you have a brief biography of both Jessica Lange's appearance on Coven and Fiona Goode herself. Portrayed by famed actress Jessica Lange, Fiona Goode is the central character of American Horror Story Coven. I'm not crazy about calling Fiona Goode the central character. I actually think it was Fiona's daughter, but I digress. As Supreme Witch of the Salem descendants, the glamorous Fiona Goode, and she was glamorous, lives a life of luxury, traveling the world and hobnobbing with celebrities. Now she returns home to Miss Richard's Academy in New Orleans with plans to rule her coven again and repair her relationship with her estranged daughter. Fiona fears no one and wants to live forever. She finds amusement in taunting and belittling others. Fiona favors wearing black, though she shuns other common stereotypes of witches. Pause for effect. Everybody who's fashionable favors wearing black because you don't look bad in black. Anyone she deems useless, she eliminates, whether it's by simple memory wipes or by inhaling their very life force. Despite her vanity, she truly does care about her daughter and her pupils, but is not above using them for her own benefit when the opportunity arises. And again, as we scroll down, the very famous image that appeared in all the print ads of American Coven, along with a very nice little, I'm not sure if this was part of the series or like an off-take of it, but it's a nice little image of Jessica Lange with the umbrella. Hold that thought. And again, more iconography from the series. And also, by the way, the acknowledgement that this was an Integrity Toys license. Let's pull out the box. Or let's not say we did. Ooh. And there she is. The very good likeness of Fiona. And a very good likeness of Jessica Lange, which we will talk about in much greater detail in a moment when I take the doll out of the packaging and talk about the doll and the minimalistic accessories, which is appropriate because Fiona was not someone to be bejeweled and didn't walk around with magical wands and what have you. So we're going to talk about that and a few other things, and maybe even a feud. Now, I know when we first saw Fiona, she had on her walking gloves, but I decided we would go with the indoor Fiona look first, and then we would add the accessories that go on outside. Let's talk first about her and about the face sculpt, because that's going to be both the best part of this doll and my issue with it, which is not an issue I have with Integrity Toys. It's an issue I have with Jessica Lange. But let's take a look at her first. Um, this is an incredibly good sculpt of Miss Lange, as she looked pretty much through Coven, and certainly has as she has looked lately. And that includes all the promotional work she's done for the series she just completed with Susan Sarandon called Feud, where Miss Lange played Joan Crawford around the time that she and Bette Davis were filming their classic movie together. In this case, in keeping with Fiona Goode on Coven, the makeup is exceptionally minimal. As a matter of fact, I looked at the eyes. The eyes have almost no makeup applied to it except for just a little bit of a line of brown right at the crease of the eyes. She has mascara and eyeliner, and her black lashes are applied. Very little blush at the cheekbones, because most of the definition in her cheekbones and the rest of her face is coming from the sculpt. And her lips are an orangey coral, which is a color we've seen quite a bit of on the dolls recently. And the nails on her hand will match that. Now, while we're here, I just want to take a quick moment to say this doll is going to be very good if you want to take the old Mommy Dearest dolls. If you remember, Integrity Toys did a Mommy Dearest doll some years ago, and if you still have the ensembles for that and you want to put this doll into those ensembles, you can certainly do that, and it will work. The problem I'm having is Jessica Lange is a beautiful, beautiful actress, an exceptionally talented actress, who decided, like other actresses in this current time frame, to Botox herself into Frozen. And I don't mean she's going to be in the next Disney movie. I mean her face looks frozen and artificial. That is captured in this face mold, the very tightness of her skin, right around to the tightness of her smile. Yes, to Integrity, that they captured Jessica Lange's likeness very well. No to Jessica Lange, that she did this to herself. I mean, she's a beautiful, 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 beautiful actress. She didn't need the Botox. She was still beautiful without it. See her in Asylum. And God, and her first appearance in American Horror Story, Horror House. She didn't need it. She just didn't need it, and I wish she hadn't done it. So there's all of that. Her hair is a nice blonde bob. Fully rooted. There is no blank spots. There's no baldness to it. It's pretty easy to restyle because it is also loose and soft, so no gel at all. You can just literally go in there with a brush and start playing with it if you wanted to. Quick note about the earrings. On my particular doll, the left ear was a little fakaked, so it took a while to push the earring in. Again, as always, I recommend heating the earrings themselves so they're easier to slip in, and I should have followed my own advice. Pulling back now and away from her face. The dress is at one piece, 3/4 sleeves, pencil skirt with a sewn in, not able to be removed band at the waist, and then a ruffle trim that goes from the waist to the hips. The pencil skirt's going to go just past the knee. with the traditional fashion royalty black stockings, not opaque, and black, what are supposed to feel like black velvet shoes with, and I just want to pull this back up for a second while I turn this around. The heel is incredibly, incredibly high. If you take a look, these might be the highest heels I have ever seen on anything, I shouldn't say fashion royalty, on any Integrity Toys product. They are so high that it felt weird putting her on the stand, and it felt weird putting her in the shoes, because I could feel that the heel was not as balanced as it usually is. And and I guess it has to do with the fact that I'm used to the fact that fashion royalty dolls have lately had a very defined sole as well as heel, and in this case, um, the sole is not as defined. That may have been, by the way, a control issue from 20th Century Fox, who said make the shoes look this way, and that was not their call. That was not Integrity's call. The dress, as I said, was one piece. It closes in the back with a zipper. And when you unzip it, you will see that the dress is semi-lined. Oops. And to turn her back around again. And to go back up to her face. Staying pretty much above the waistline now. She does come, speaking of the outdoor look, she does come with a pair of sunglasses, which are very nice, which are in keeping with the ones that Fiona would wear. There we go. It gives, now this look is almost Jackie Kennedy-esque, but not really. And she did come with, of course, because Fiona is a lady as well as a witch, she does come with a pair of gloved hands, which we will put on. You will note, as I am doing the hands, that one of the hands is bent in a way we don't usually see, and there's a reason for that. And that reason is going to be revealed very shortly. As you can see, Fiona's gloved hands. And the reason the right hand looks like she's making an okay sign is because she's just so groovy and okay with the world. No, really, actually, it's to hold this. And we will talk about what this is in a quick second. As you can see, as a first for Integrity Toys, the doll is actually gripping something, and it is not a purse, it is not a coffee cup, it is her umbrella. And I want to say, first of all, that that's a pretty sturdy handle. This is not a piece of plastic. The base of the umbrella, that is not a piece of plastic that's just gonna break as you put it in the doll's hand. It is very, very sturdy. Fiona can certainly carry it this way. And if I may now, take the risk of superstition, but hey, We're all friends here. She can also, and if you want to take the time to pose this right, she can hold the umbrella and you can sort of tuck it up. Oh, you can try to tuck it up. Huh. There you go. She can hold the umbrella. And you can pose her in this way, singing in the rain style. This is pretty good, though, because as you can see through the umbrella, again, not cheap. Not cheap at all. This is metal framing. This is a proper 1/6 scale 12-inch umbrella that opens and has a metal frame to it and is sturdy. And if your dolls actually went out in a rainstorm, they could stay dry in this. Not that we're actually taking our dolls out and doing singing in the rain routines, but you know, that's probably next for somebody. I'm really glad they did this. Several years ago, there was a company out of Asia that was making these umbrellas in all different colors. A couple of American dealers had them. As soon as they were in stock, they were gone. And that's an end. So it's nice that Integrity has entered that competition and has brought the umbrella in and brought it back. So at least there's now a little bit more competition, that on the secondary and tertiary markets, the price of the umbrellas might come down again for a little bit and you'll be able to get them. So yeah, I think Miss Lang looks pretty damn good for herself. And I think that this is definitely a doll that you want to get, even if you haven't watched American Horror Story Coven, because if you are a fan of Jessica Lange, this is a nice doll to have that you can recreate some of her other roles, especially if you can find someone who will redo her face and make her look a little bit younger, so then you can do Sweet Dreams and Frances especially with this hair. You could even do King Kong with it. You can also certainly, again, do the feud doll with it, and you can dress your other dolls very smartly in this lovely block ensemble, and you have this great umbrella to play with and to put in other dioramas and other situations. So snag it. Her and Marie Laveau were the only two of American Coven I got. Those were the only two characters I cared about in the series. So this is going to end my run of the Coven reviews. But coming very soon, and not unrelated to Hollywood, we will be taking a look at the industry. So you definitely want to be staying in tune for that. But for me, Barbara, and for Integrity Toys and American Horror Story Coven, I am signing off without telling you to subscribe, without telling you to hit the notifications button, without telling you to watch my other videos, because you probably are, or to subscribe to my Patreon, because I don't do Patreon. Just enjoy my video, and if you dig me, tell other people, and if you don't, well, that's that. So good night, everybody. Take care, and you will be hearing from me really soon.